Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the 2024 Netflix original show, The Umbrella Academy, 2024 fourth and final season, Umbrella Academy. 6 episodes long. Seasons 1, 2, and 3 were all 10 episodes each. Season 4 should have been 10 episodes. The story that was presented to us was really cool how it was wrapped up and ended, and I really love the ending. And almost every other person hates how it ended. I love how it ended because it's final. Love it. But the story that was given to us in the 4th season was rushed. It was far too quick getting from point A to point B to point C. There was no buildup of emotion, as opposed to the first 3 seasons. There's builds up to emotions. There's the catalyst moments. You feel sorry for the character, or you cheer, or etc. Don't have those moments in this. There's build up moments, kind of, but not really, because it's just like, okay, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're doing this, and you're supposed to feel those emotions at those moments, but that's the point of the story. It's you lead up to the moments, so you feel the moments. I don't know how to explain it. So this is now a means of individuals called the Keepers. Megan Mullally and Nick Offerman play characters Gene and Jean, who are husband and wife in real life, who play husband and wife in the show. I love when they play husband and wife in projects, which happens a lot because they are hysterical together. Their dry sense of humor works so well. It's just so cool to watch them be a perfect duo on screen and off screen. So they are individuals. They start this group called the Keepers, who are truth seers, that they don't live in the correct timeline, that there's different timelines and certain things are starting to overlay. For instance, Gene finds a dealer and they have 2 copies of a VHS of a movie titled the same, but it's 2 different actresses on the cover. Same exact cover art, but one is of one actress and the other is the other actress. Proof that the timelines are starting to blend, even though they shouldn't have been that way in the first place. So how did this happen? What's the catalyst event that started all of this? Well, it's called the Jennifer moment. The Jennifer moment? Jennifer something. So the question is, who is this Jennifer? What does she have to do with the Umbrella Academy, the Hargreaves kids? And what's going on? So we have the actual timeline. The first season started in 2019. The plot of the show has been in 2019. That's when the timeline broke, in 2019. And so certain events happen. Now we're in a different timeline with these characters. We're with a different Hargreaves. We're with a different things going on. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. And now that we're in a different timeline, how do you fix this? How do you get back to that point where things happened? Learning things then, getting memories back from this new Hargreaves, very convenient. Learning that their Hargreaves is the one who actually killed Ben in that moment back in the day, and that they were all brainwashed, that they said the same thing over and over again. We lost Ben. It was a tragic accident. It wasn't anybody's fault, but it was all our fault. It was a moment. So it's a matter of what happens if Five and Lila, who now have the means of knowledge that Five can blip to this interdimensional timeline subway station, which is so cool how it's explained, of the strands of time are just subway line. So wonderful. I really like that. Can they find that catalyst moment and prevent Ben from going to this facility where he first interacts with Jennifer, who is a girl who has Durango in her? They have Marigold. She has Durango, which is the antithesis of Marigold from an alien world. So because of Hargreaves and his then wife, his alien wife, she made Durango, he made Marigold. Bringing them to Earth obviously is going to cause some problems. So what happens next? So it's very interesting having that whole 7-year excursion of Lila and Five going about the different timelines, trying to figure out how to, solve this, and then realizing they can't. They're going to spend time together in a means of survival, if you will. Despite the fact that she's actually married to Diego and they have kids. Bro, it was wild. That Christmas Day scene with the other siblings on the couch, and Klaus is just piling down some chips or whatever he was eating, while this, did you sleep with my brother? Like, bro, it was hysterical, absolutely hysterical. Action sequences were great. The fact that this is a Christmas show, did not know that this was Christmas themed at all. But every episode had Christmas melodies to it. Every episode had Christmas decorations in it. The last episode takes place on Christmas, where the timeline resets. How does the timeline reset? Well, obviously the marigold has to be given to the Durango. That way one counteracts the other. But if that's the case, then they don't exist anymore. So it's one of those sacrifice moments. It was just really cool having these conversations with these individuals who we've known and loved for the past 5 years. But it was so rushed and unfortunate because it could have easily been given an extra 4 episodes and it would have been wonderful. I would have still loved the ending, regardless if it was 6 or 4 episodes longer. But I don't know why a lot of people didn't like this ending, because this was a final ending. Yeah, we get 8 little marigolds popping up at the end in a post-credit scene, which I thought was adorable, when the timeline is smooshed together to create then back the original timeline after the Durango monster, Jennifer and Ben creating that hybrid creature, the Godzilla creature, if you will, envelops the remaining 7, marigolds ease. I loved it. I love that it was such a final moment. I'm very curious if it was very similar or different to the graphic novel series from Dark Horse Comics, because I didn't read the books, which I feel like I should, because this show was awesome. I really enjoyed all 3 seasons respectively, and it's unfortunate that not a lot of people liked the ending of this, but that's the point of this, is that it all ends. It's all going to end. And I bring this to the Earth itself, where the Earth itself is 4.5 billion years old, right? The Andromeda Galaxy is estimated to crash into our Milky Way galaxy, to collide into our Milky Way galaxy in 4.5 billion years. So we're at the halfway point of the Earth before the collision, okay? And when the Andromeda Galaxy crashes into our Milky Way galaxy, if somehow after the gravitational pulls are different and all these wonky things, orbit is different, if the planet doesn't die from that collision aspect of galaxy to galaxy, then our own personal sun is estimated to explode in 9 billion years from now. It all ends. It's all going to end. So the fighting and the bickering and the nonsense of things is irrelevant, because us as a species, our planet, will not survive. It's just how it is. It's how it is. So to have a show, there we go. Yes, to have a show you that it's all going to end was a breath of fresh air. Because not a lot of people understand that it's nothing is going to last. And the fact that these characters did that sacrifice for the alternate timelines to then be smooshed back to the original timeline, showing that it's not going to last, it was just so cool. It was so cool. I loved that. I absolutely loved that final moment. And I also loved that it was very similar to how the TVA was explained in regards to the Loki TV series. Timeline branches and all these things. But I loved how they did the timeline branch explanation in regards to a subway system. That it was a different branch, a different tunnel. It was so cool. I really enjoyed it. My folks enjoyed it. We kept laughing our asses off at various points. I loved how this Hargreaves kept calling Victor my boy throughout this. That was a good touching moment. I absolutely loved it for Elliot. I thought Adrian did great. Now that he's 22 and he started this at 17 or something like that. Like it's cool watching people grow as individuals, and to see such a physical transformation as well for Elliot Page throughout this, to see such a physical transformation for Aiden as well, because he was a teenager when he started this and now he's in his 20s. So it's just cool. It's cool watching people grow as actors. It's cool watching individuals grow as humans. I love this franchise. I do want to start up with the book series at some point. Add it to my list of things to read. We'll see if my attention span for reading comes back. Let's hope soon. But yes, season 4 of The Umbrella Academy. Awesome ending. Perfect final ending. I should have worn a Santa hat now that I'm talking about it, because it's technically a Christmas thing. C'est la vie. Merry Christmas. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.